What is going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. We are here to talk. I'm finally doing the last of my reshoots, by the way. We are here to talk about the other Incarnon weapon in the room, the Ruvox. Now, this is a fist-based melee, and honestly, it sounds like you're beating somebody half to death with a coin purse. So let's go over the evolutions that I have personally found to be functional. Okay, so the Incarnon form on melees is always a little bit different other than just transmuting. So heavy attacks impale nearby enemies with void spikes. Gives you a +3 range, a -35% melee attack speed, which is a little, plus 100% of impact damage converted to puncture damage. Like, really? Like, I get it. They're being stabbed, so I get it. So, going for more range because it's a fist weapon, so why not? Going for more slam radius because the more slam radius you have, the better off you're gonna fucking be. I can tell you that right now. More slam radius means more enemies that you can fucking slam and impale with stuffs. The reach ×3 instead of the normal to get the Incarnon. And then heavy attack, that's simple. And then the last one, impaled enemies are 35% more vulnerable to status chance. Now here's the hiccup quirk with this weapon, okay? When you impale enemies, if they aren't taking damage, like if they haven't been crit proc, status proc, any of the sort, if they're just impaled and that's it, they will come off these spikes very fucking quickly. So you need to make sure that they are damaged, otherwise they are just going to fall and stand up and then do their thing. So the build is a little quirky. I'm actually trying to use the entirety of melee influence. Okay, 100% just using the entirety of melee influence and using nothing but electric damage. So we're at very low base damage, but we are using Weeping Wounds, Condition Overload, Blood Rush, Prime Fury, not maxed out because I've got it on some other weapons. I don't feel like forming a bunch of fucking, like, probably 5 different weapons right now. Reflex Coil for the heavy attack efficiency, Focused Energy for the heavy attack efficiency, so we're at the max 90%, which is great. Voltaic Strike just to build more into the electric, and then more heavy attack, which is fine, right? So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward kind of setup. And then Seismic Palm because we like the whooshy 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 sounds of fisting weapons. But the cake is that it comes down to a simple truth. You need to have the enemies damaged before you impale them. Because if you don't, it's going to be very lackluster. So basically, you want to sit here and beat the shit out of these fuckers and really, you know, because you're not doing a lot of damage here, right? Like, we're just not doing a bunch here. But not their stat procced. As long as the status proc survives. So the two strongest in the group survived. So as long as they are stat proc, they will stay impaled. And you see, out of the whole thing, I wasn't quite dead center in the group, so I missed one dude. You see, like, you would think running this low of damage would be really bad. But now they're damaged. Like, I can just come up and just hit them and punch them and just keep the damage on them. You know, as long as you keep it going, they're just tending to get all fucked up. Bitch, die. Fine, just fucking die. What's that? Really? I know my base damage is low, so I can't really finish her that well. This bitch is just refusing to look at her. She's like, no, bro. There, she died. No, I mean, for the grand scheme of things, this thing is a great fodder clearer. It really tears shit up. And if you're at a ×12, you'll take down even those big heavy gunners. But on normal steel path content, they're not level 225, first of all, unless you're trying to climb up at like the circuit, or if you are doing a longer, duration mission or anything of that sort. So you're usually fighting like 100 levels lower or so, 80 to 100 levels. So in that scale of things, these are pretty damn good. Sorry. So yeah, so these are pretty damn good as they sit. So I don't know. Take it for what you will. I mean, it's basically applied, get to your max stacks, get the Incarnon set, make sure you're still at max stats, beat the shit out of anything close to you, and then power slam, and they're all sitting there spiked, and they will just fucking die. And then you can just keep shooting, meleeing, doing whatever the hell you're doing, and they will just sit there. The spikes will just literally keep them pinned, and they will die from the status procs. So this build works very, very, very well. Surprisingly, for being a pure electric build, it works extremely well. So I don't know, man. Take it for what you will. I think it's good enough for normal steel path usage. I wouldn't necessarily go for like level cap or anything like that, but that's just me building to my play style. So after it's all said and done, folks, I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. All right.